Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food, plant-exclusive, sos-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. And by doing that, it literally gave me my life back. And this channel is all about me sharing how I continue on this path to healing and well-being, and hopefully offer you some support on your journey to better health and well-being. So today I wanted to bring you along as I make a super simple, quick and easy hummus. So hummus is an amazing treat, I think, made typically out of garbanzo beans. And I actually recently made a video on an eggplant hummus. So I'll link it if you haven't seen it above, and go ahead and check that out. And in that video, I talk about and show how to make the garbanzo beans from scratch. But sometimes that isn't always possible. Sometimes we're just in a hurry and we don't have time, and that is me today. So I want to just go ahead and make a quick hummus. And this right here, this is garbanzo beans, and I actually got this out of a can. I meant to have the can here. Let me grab it so I could show you. Here we go. So I used this brand. It's the Westbrow Natural Organic, no salt added garbanzo beans. And what I did was I just opened it up. I used this handy dandy, really easy and simple can opener for people that have issues with grip or rheumatoid arthritis or other things that that you need a little bit extra, a bigger grip. And that was me at one point. So I have this, I really enjoy it. I opened it up and I poured it in here and I drained out the liquid, but I kept it. The liquid is actually called aquafaba, and it is an amazing thing that you can use in all kinds of foods and desserts and things in whole food plant-based cooking. And so I save it and use it, and we're gonna use it today. But I wanted to show you, you could simply do that, right? Take the can, open it up, strain it, separate it, and then go ahead and dump it right in here. Well, I could have done that, but what I tend to like to do does take a few extra minutes, and I take each individual garbanzo bean and I just peel this little shell off. It's just like the, little fibrous shell, and you don't have to do that. I just like to do that. I find that it gives me a little bit of a creamier end result. And if you didn't take it off and you just did it that way, I bet it would still be a creamy result. But that's why, and I wanted to show you, and so I'm going to put that aside. And so basically, I'm just going to add a few things into my Breville. This is a food processor, and I don't have a lot, so I hope that this might be too big, but, well, yeah, I think this might be too big. So let me get the smaller canister that goes inside, or you could always use a NutriBullet if you have one of those. I just feel like if we had more cans and it was going to be a little higher, it would do a better job. And sometimes if the amount that we're going to be putting in here is too low, then I feel like it scrapes on the bottom and it doesn't get processed well enough. So let's just go ahead and change this out real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and put in this smaller insert. I'm still using an S blade. This is a small one. I love this thing because it's so versatile. But I'm going to go ahead, and this was from a 15-ounce can. And I'm guessing that it's probably, should we measure in case you are using fresh, how many cups that is? Sure, why not? We're saving on so much time in other places. We might as well just check it out. Whoa. And so it's literally about a cup. Wow. I didn't realize that, but that's what it is. So, okay, let me get a couple that ran away and throw them in there. Everybody seems to be looking fine. I'm going to just get one that fell in here. Okay, so we've got those in there. And then I want to add lemon. This lemon I just happened to have from our tree a while ago, and so it's been in the freezer, so I thawed it out. And you can use the zest. I think I will put the zest in, but you don't have to. So maybe you'll want to put the zest in and keep the little shells, or maybe you'll want to take the shells off and not worry about the zest. Or maybe you'll want to do both. So it just gives you ideas of different things you can do. I'm using this microplane and I really, really like it. And you just go along the skin, not back and forth like this, because then you'll reach the pithy part, which doesn't have the greatest flavor. And I'm noticing that it isn't as easy to do that on something like a lemon that has previously been frozen, but it can work. So we did that, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. You can then squeeze it and put the juice in here, but I am actually going to take the skin off and peel it, and I'm just going to put the whole thing in, basically. You could cut it off like this. You could scoop it out with a spoon, and, or however you would normally peel an orange or any other type of citrus, and I'm just going to pour the whole thing in. Now, I do like cutting it in half. I do like making sure that there aren't any seeds in there, and I do see one right there, so I'm just going to take him out. Now, if you don't have fresh lemon, you could certainly use lime. If you don't have lime, you can buy lemon or lime juice previously squeezed out in in a jar like this. I have some. There you go, see? And this is just pure lemon juice. So there are ways to make it simpler if you didn't have any lemon, or if you just didn't have the time and you just wanted to hurry up and get this done. Then you wouldn't be dealing with any of the seeds or anything. But I'm going to go ahead and put half of that right in there. And then I'm going to add to that 3 cloves of garlic. This one, it's a tiny one, and these are kind of large, so if you like garlic, add a lot of garlic. If you aren't sure about the garlic, 1 or 2 cloves is fine. You could even put up to 4 cloves if you're garlic crazy like me. I just love garlic. Oh, it just offers such an amazing flavor. And I am looking around for a towel. There we go. And now the next thing I want to add is tahini. What is tahini? I've got some tahini right here, and I just pulled it out of this jar. This is raw tahini, and tahini is basically sesame seeds ground up. I really like this brand, and I really like raw tahini. I feel like some of the other tahinis that I've tried don't offer the same rich flavor, but you don't have to have tahini. You could just take good old sesame seeds and grind them up yourself. Now, if you're going to do that, there are a couple things that you could do with the sesame seeds, but I'm going to go ahead, since I do have some tahini, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. You could just add sesame seeds in here, but if you do have a few minutes of time, it is really nice to just get them a little bit toasted. And I like to do that in a small frying pan that I heat up on the stove, and then I just add it and I kind of shake it and look at it. It can burn very quickly, but you just do it for a few minutes. And what is so fantastic about it is it really brings out all the aromas and the flavors. You can even smell it. And so I really, really enjoy that when I'm using regular sesame seeds. Now, I'm not going to do that today if we need to add more sesame seeds, but I do enjoy doing that when time allots. So I'm going to just set this aside and rinse my fingers again. And then the next thing that we're going to add is some of the aquafaba, because we don't want this to be dry. We want to give it some liquid. And so I'm just going to eyeball it. just like that, and that's probably a good tablespoon or so. And I would like to add a tablespoon or so at a time as it processes to thin it out a little. The other things that I want to add are some seasonings here, and I really love ground cumin, coriander, and sumac. You can add a little more spice to this if you like. You can put a little bit of cayenne or chili powder in here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it on the mild side, but I am going to go ahead and put some ground cumin in here, and I think I'll just use, I don't know, about a half a teaspoon. And I think the same with cumin as I do with lemon, or garlic. If you like a lot of cumin, add a lot of cumin. If you're not crazy about it, don't add as much. One of my kids does not like cumin, and so I would add very little or not at all, and that's fine to do as well. And then this is the coriander. I'm going ahead and adding a little bit of that in there. This is a half a teaspoon of each, and sumac. Sumac is such a great seasoning, or spice, I should say. I really love it. It is got like this flavor that reminds me of a lemon. And so, we already have fresh lemon in here, but I just am going to put a little, not just, just a little pinch, just for fun. And I like to sprinkle it on top at the end. And that's it. So let's go ahead and put the lid on, grind it up, and start to taste it and figure out if we need to add any more aquafaba or lemon juice or sesame seeds. So where did I put my lid? Aha, here it is. Now, if you've watched any of my videos anytime recently, you'll know that I take every opportunity to have a little dance party when I have my appliances going. So I'll make sure the appliance is okay. And if you'd like to get up and, have a little dance with me, I would love it. Here we go. Oh gosh. All right, let's take a quick peek, not a queek, but a quick and a peek. And boy, this looks pretty good. So we might only have to mix it up a little bit. Whoops, I'm dropping some on the ground, so that's not good. Let me just scrape some of this off the roof of the lid, because it looks like quite a bit splattered up there. That's one thing that I've noticed when I do use the smaller insert. Sometimes, depending on what I have in it, it can come up and actually go in between and go into the big container. But it's, it's pretty good though, otherwise. But that is something that sometimes, then I have to either dump whatever's in here, like if it's seeds or something, or, you just got to clean both of them. But if I didn't have anything in there, I might just rinse it, but no, it's fine. Okay, so I'm just scraping down the sides, and I'm gonna give it a little taste. It's not quite as creamy as I would like it to be, which makes me feel like maybe the NutriBullet would have been better, because this is such a small amount. And if this doesn't cream up the way I want it to, I am gonna move it to the NutriBullet. The taste seems really nice, actually, just how it is. It's just not creamy. So we'll mix it up one more time, and if it's not creamy enough, yes, I'm gonna move it over to the NutriBullet. But my experience and what I share with you will give you ideas of how you can do it to make it even faster. Let's see how that did. I'm gonna turn the power off and unplug it, and whoa, just kind of scrape the cap again. And let's see if this is creamy enough or not. Creamy, creamy, creamy. I just love a hummus that's nice and creamy. Don't you? If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when I go live or post new videos. I'd love to have you here. If you already have subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the support that you're offering and being here with me to help spread the word. Please go ahead, give this a thumbs up. It helps me to know that you're enjoying the content, and let's chat. If you want to talk about hummus or share something that you know about making it or anything, please leave a comment below, and I love chatting with everyone. So getting back here, I'm going to go ahead and take that insert out, and let's clear up our space a little so that we have plenty of room. I can't believe we didn't really even need to add anything. Boy, was that perfect. Doesn't always happen that way. So let me go ahead and look at this. I kind of like to feel, yeah, it still feels a little grainy to me. You know, I have to remember that maybe for the smaller amounts, just going straight to the NutriBullet is the way to go. So just to do it, let's grab that and then we'll be done. Okay, here's the NutriBullet if you're not familiar with it. And if you didn't have this and you didn't have that, well, you could certainly use any kind of high-speed blender, and you can do it that way. Now, I can't promise it's going to be creamy, smoothie the way I would like, but you know, sometimes we just have to do the best we can with what we have, and it's still edible and it's still delicious, and you're still doing a great job. So I'm going to go ahead and take this blade out and just, whoa, make a mess. Oh my goodness. I hate wasting, and here I see it flopping about, but that's okay. It's not that much, right? So I just want to scrape this off. I just think that it's worth getting another machine dirty, even though we're on the fast pass, or the fast pace, I should say, of getting this made and done quickly. But if you have both of these options, then maybe go ahead and try it first with the NutriBullet and save yourself the amount of time that I didn't, because I tried it in the bigger machine. Okay, so let's scrape this out. Blend it a little bit more. You know, yes, I could be guilty of just wanting another opportunity to dance with you. It is possible, but I guess I could do that without making more dishes. Now, another thing that you can do with hummus after it's made, you can freeze it. So I like to measure it. If I'm making like a double or triple batch, I might measure it out, you know, in 1 cup increments, unless I have a specific plan for it. And then I will just freeze it. I haven't done this, but I've heard that you can actually dehydrate this on a dehydrator. The sheet you would put like a Silpat or some kind of sheet down first, spread it out, and then when it's completely dehydrated, well, then you can take it, I guess, on planes or anywhere, and then when you're ready to use it, you can rehydrate with adding a little liquid. And I would say I would do the aquafaba, but you could just add a little water. So that's kind of a cool thing. Or lemon juice. Ooh, lemon juice, that sounds good too. All right, so back to business. Let me just put this cap on. There we go. And I'm gonna plug this guy in one last time. Okay, yes. a dancer? Oh gosh, I know some people in my family are like, no way. But for me, it just feels so good to be able to move in my body and my body be, cooperating, and it feels so good. So this is actually a little thicker. Let me see. The flavor is perfect, but I almost feel like it needs a little bit now that we've creamed it up a little more compared to in here. What could we put in there? Maybe just a splash more of the aquafaba. And I'd say that's about probably less than a tablespoon. So maybe a half a tablespoon. And one more time. Here we go. So let's see. Oh yeah, perfect. I am happy with this. Let's put it in a bowl, a container, taste it, and that's it. It's done. Okay. So as far as the thickness, the consistency, I believe that it's really up to the individual. You can always thin it down, like I said, with a little more of any of those types of liquids. Sometimes I'll take hummus and I'll make it into a salad dressing. So I might not want to keep it this thick, so I would add some other flavor. Lemon. If I want a real lemony flavor, I could add a lot more lemon. If I want to keep the flavor mild, aquafaba or water. And I would just put a little bit in a side container and add it to that, and it just have it be like dressing for, one salad. If I wanted to use it for other things like dipping, I wouldn't want it completely all to be salad dressing, so that's why I would do it like that. But you could do the whole thing or not. And there you go. Look at this. This is amazing. Simple, easy, tasty, nutritious hummus. So, what could you taste hummus? What could you use to taste it? Some people like crackers, like Mary's Gone crackers, which is a flaxseed cracker. I would just prefer to do a vegetable, or, like I said, turn it into a dressing, or anything really. Let me go ahead and grab something so we can taste it. I also do want to just kind of push this down. I guess I shouldn't have used my finger, but well, what the heck. It's just me and my husband eating this, so let's see. I want to just kind of spread it out, make it nice, and then I'd like to top it with some of the seasonings that we already used. And I just like to do this mostly just to offer a little bit of color. Now, another thing we could have done was we could have set aside a couple of whole garbanzo beans. And I still have to scrape this out. And then what we would do with the whole garbanzo beans is just put them on here. You could do that with all kinds of things. Let's see if you added red bell pepper, and this was red, or if you just wanted to put some of those chopped up on here, you could. I just like to have a little bit of color. There we go. And the different browns, the different spices offer that. There we go. Wow, that is so pretty looking. Okay, so let me move this. And I forgot to take this off, but I will do that in a little while. And let me grab a veggie. How about this cucumber? I also like to use hummus for things like spreads, where if you have, even if you're doing a lettuce wrap or some of those raw wraps, or if you do use bread, spread it on bread. I love to put hummus on a baked potato and smother it on there. I mean, there are so many things that you can do with hummus. It's a great substitute for things like mayonnaise or any kind of mustard, or of course it's going to have a totally different flavor, but you're going to have that texture and that creaminess that's really, really good. All right, here we go. Ready? So much better that we took a few extra moments to do it in the NutriBullet. It's just so much creamier. Oh my goodness. So anyways, I want to just thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know if you try this recipe and let me know how it worked out for you. Anyways, everybody, don't forget to eat your greens. They're so important for your body. I so appreciate you being here. And until next time, be good to yourself. Have something delicious to eat. And don't forget to dance either. Take care. Bye-bye.